my business ended during the pandemic, I asked myself a question: why aren't we helping each other out? Black entrepreneurs have so many skills, but for some reason, we aren't growing and building sustainable businesses. And that is how Barter Black was birthed during the pandemic. I've been working on it since 2020. We didn't actually launch until 2022. And then we relaunched again in 2024 with Barter Bucks, which I will talk about a little bit later. Um, and let's get into it a little bit. So again, I'm Nicole Murphy. I am a mom of two amazing young boys. Well, a young man now that just turned 18, and then I have a 7-year-old. This is Barter Black is my second venture. And I am a Black inventor. I have a design patent on the first iteration of the Barter Black platform. I've raised over 30,000 in non-dilutive funding, meaning no one received equity in my company for giving me money for my business. And like mentioned before, we are named Best of the DMV, Best Black Tech Company. So with that introduction, I want to give two people 30 seconds to come off of mute and introduce themselves as well. And you can just come off of mute. Yes, happy to be in the building with New Jersey.
Hello, my name is Helena. I'm in New York. I am, I guess you could say, CEO, whatever, of lifeishelpingpeople.com, which is a financial literacy advocacy site. I'm certified with the National Financial Educators Council as a financial instructor. I also have a book called 40 Moments for Your Soul, Helena Robinson on Amazon.com or wherever ebooks are sold, and multi-pure drinking water systems since 1986. So that's from, like my grandparent, well, both grandfathers on both sides, my mom's side and my dad's side were business people. So I guess that's where it's been handed down to me in my blood. Not the billionaire yet, but for whatever reason, God don't let me quit.
Yeah,
I'm going back on mute.
I know that's right. Thank you. One more person want to introduce themselves?
I
I
will,
will.
since I'm here. Oh, I saw somebody else unmute. Do you want to go?
Yeah, I can go ahead. How you doing? My name is
Sure.
Bronso Jr. Originally from Baltimore. Um, Went to Morgan State University undergrad, and I currently work at Chase as a marketing strategy associate. And I also recently got my master's in sports business. So I'm interested in pursuing some careers in sports. Um, Definitely excited to hear everything that you're going to mention tonight, and just happy to be here.
Thank you for
Thank you for
being here.
here.
Amber, can you introduce yourself? I already had you on the list. Amber is one of the Barter Black members. When I do these webinars, I try to reach out to my community and see if someone will come on to support, but also give a member's perspective of the Barter Black platform. So you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Listen, Nicole, wherever you rocking, I'm rolling. So my name is Amber Epperson. I am an entrepreneur. I'm a founder. I'm a consultant. I am the founder of a scent consultancy called The Scented Vine, where we use neuroscience and your sense of smell to help people tell stories that are accessible tools for wellness, growth, inspiration, scent marketing for businesses, all of the things. Our entire goal is for people to think of scent in a new way so they can either grow their business or they can connect deeper to their audience. It really wouldn't matter. We are a connector at heart. And I am here so that people understand this is something that Black businesses really need. And so that I can just speak very quickly on how this has helped the growth of my business in multiple ways.
Awesome. Thank you for being here. I have some stuff on the screen that I'm trying to move around and all right. So with that, we're going to jump right on into it. Um, so Black Wall Street, we've all heard of it, the Greenwood District. It is something that, comes around every year where we celebrate, but also we talk about it a lot. A lot of people reference Black Wall Street. Um, and Black Wall Street, of course, was a community of Black people who built these businesses, who created a space where they can actually go and get the goods and services that they needed. But they did it with community. And this is why I compare Barter Black to Black Wall Street, because it's important. And a lot of times we say we want to build community and we want to be in community, but we have to actually do the work. I'm sure building something like Black Wall Street in the 1900s was not easy. But there was some structure. There were people that, had to lead the movement to build this up, and they were able to do it. Unfortunately, the Tulsa Race Massacre happened, and it is my belief that when the Tulsa Race Massacre happened, it eliminated the generations of generational wealth that we could have created by actually seeing something like this in today's world. One thing I do want to note, that this will be a very interactive presentation. So you will, in the next slide, you will have to give your opinions on what I'm talking about. So with that, we have to talk about the dollar then and the dollar now. So can you put in the chat how many times you think the dollar circulated in Black Wall Street during the time of Black Wall Street? How many times it circulated? And of course, doesn't have to be right, but give me an idea of what you think. Good answers. Good answers. It's definitely my belief that we can't build something like Black Wall Street now if we don't understand what happened back then. So back then, it circulated 36 to 100 times in Black communities, the dollar. So we need to think about things like that. When you think about that, a single dollar stayed in the Black community for nearly a year before it left the community. So, which is interesting because now we're going to go to today. Um, and I understand that because there was something like a Black Wall Street where there were only Black businesses, where, they were all there, they were convenient. Maybe we couldn't go into other stores. It created a space where the dollar would stay in our community. So when we think about the reality of today, can anybody guess an estimate of how long a dollar stays in the Asian community today? Oh,
You said the Asian community?
yes, the Asian community. How long? In days, months, all of the weeks, however you want to do it. Just put the days. The days, the weeks, the months. 28 days. The dollar stays in the Asian community 28 days. What about the Jewish community? Y'all are really giving people some slack here. 19 days. Okay. Shout out to the 14 days. All right. What about, let's see what we have next. The white community, the Caucasian community. How many days does the dollar stay in their community? It will seem like it never leaves, right? 17 days. And the Hispanic and Latino community, I didn't give you a chance to guess, but 6 days. But what about the Black community? How long does the Black dollar stay in our community? Nervous about this answer. Some good answers. Is it, I don't want to butcher your name. Is it Janaea?
Yeah, it's Jania.
Jania. Okay. Jania hit it on the nose. Only 6 hours. So we have it going from nearly a year to only 6 hours. And that's something I feel like in entrepreneurship, when you're growing and scaling a business, it's important to know the barriers that you're facing. Of course, we all feel like we're facing the barriers of money and access and all of those things, but the statistical barriers. With our dollar staying in our community for only 6 hours, that should make you angry. And when we say support Black businesses, we have to be intentional about it. Unfortunately, I always tell people that when it's time to support a Black business, maybe they are 30 minutes away. Maybe you're just going to have to plan ahead to actually support. And it doesn't, I'm not saying that you have to do it all the time because convenience is something, but we have to understand that we do not have the access and the resources to actually have a business maybe 3 to 5 minutes away from us. We don't have that access. So we have to be intentional if we want our dollars to last in our community longer than 6 hours. Yes, intentionality, super, super important. So that's one of the statistics I definitely want to leave you all with as you're growing and scaling and building and all of the things. Now let's go on to how do you view your business today? So I broke it up into 4 categories. It's either a hobby, something you're passionate about, but it's not that serious, a job you created for yourself, which I feel like most of us are in the job we created for ourselves. But this, you're your own boss, of course. You generate revenue on your own terms. You are probably not hiring. You're winging it. Or is it a scalable venture, something that you want to expand and maybe sell one day? Or is it a legacy for future generations? So I want you to put that in the chat. Where are you? We're family here. So, and it could be in 2 different buckets. I think I am in scalable venture and a legacy for future generations. And I say that because Barter Black is a tech company. I do not plan on running this tech company for the rest of my life. But I do want it, of course, to run without me. It also is something that I am holding on to as long as I can so that it feeds the future generations of my family. A job you created for yourself. Okay, anyone else? So depending on where you are, this is how you're operating in business. And sometimes people feel like they're at a scalable venture, but you're acting as it is like it is a hobby. So we want to change that mindset and start acting as a scalable venture. You are a CEO of a scalable venture, which means you have to have systems in place, automations, you have to start hiring, you have to act like you want someone to invest in your business. And people are not going to invest if you are the only one doing everything. And this is why Barter Black is important. When you are building a business, unless you're in the hobby and a job you created for yourself, you have to put systems in place where you can actually grow a business without you being the one actually all growing the business, if you know what I mean. Scalable venture. I'm working on that part right now. Good. Good, good, good. So we know there are a lot of problems and a lot of barriers that we face as Black entrepreneurs, but I wanted to give you a few more statistics. And there we go. So, of course, a lot of you probably already know we receive less than 1% of venture capital funding. If this is the case, it is important for you to know that the money probably is not coming. There's a very few of us that actually get venture capital funding. So if you want to grow and scale your business, the statistics show that venture capital funding is probably not the way that we're going to get it. So we have to get creative. Maybe it's an angel investor. Maybe it's grants. Maybe it's bartering. Maybe it's crowdfunding. You have to come up with ways that you can fund your business that is not necessarily venture capital funding. Okay, working on my business instead of working. Yeah. So this is another important statistic. When you look at the entire United States and the businesses that operate in it, Black-owned businesses who have employees account for less than 3% of employer-operated businesses. That is compared to over 82% of white-owned businesses. So I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs all the time, and a lot of times they tell me they don't need help. But this statistic shows me that we do need help. We need to hire in our businesses. Most of us are operating as solopreneurs. How many people knew that less than 3% of the employer-operated businesses in the United States were Black-owned? That's all we had. And I feel like the last time I looked, it was like 2.8%. So it wasn't even 3%. So it's important if you are in that scalable venture or that generational wealth passing down, you have to hire. I met a young lady at a conference that I was speaking at, and she mentioned how her mom passed away and she had to take over her business. And it was so hard for her to figure out what to do, where everything was. So it's important. I think the most boring thing in your business is creating those SOPs and processes and all of those things. But if your business is important enough, you will take the time to do it. And then, of course, the last thing, we talked about venture capital funding. Funding is one of those things that, we all need. I definitely still need, but hiring. It's important for us to hire. It's important for you not to be the only person that knows what to do in your business. So the struggle is real. If you want, or if you're comfortable enough, you can put in the chat, what struggles are you going through right now? Is it access to capital? Is it visibility exposure? Scaling challenges? Lack of mentorship, work-life balance? That's a big one. High marketing costs. That's another big one. Financial literacy gaps, difficult hiring and retaining, access to capital. Amber, do you want to come off of mute? I see you said you had bartered with someone who did the boring stuff.
Absolutely. So I know as a creative, I have to force myself to do the admin stuff. Sorry. I had to force myself to do the admin stuff because I had grown the business to a point that I couldn't just play around with it anymore. Right. And if I knew that my goal was, I want to, just like he said, I need to work more on it and less in it. I had to identify what were those areas that were not my strengths. What were those areas that were revenue generating? Let me focus on that. So building my tech stack, building my systems and my processes, my CRMs, my SOPs. I bartered to get that out the way. All I had to know was what exactly I needed, what my vision was, and be very clear and intentional about what it needed to do to make my engine continue to run. And as long as I understand what they created, and as long as I can clearly look at it and identify, oh, here's a gap, or here is something that probably needs to fix, I don't have to know everything. I don't have to learn everything. I just have to know enough about where I'm headed and trust the people that are assisting me with doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very important for you to figure out. I always tell people, and I know they don't necessarily do it, but I always tell people to write down, take about 2 months to write down exactly what you do in your business, because every day may be different. Some things you may do every day, some things you may do once a month, but list those things. And then you want to create systems, you want to implement systems, create SOPs, hire for these particular things, because it's important for you to operate in your zone of genius. You shouldn't be doing the other things, but it's kind of hard to say that when you're like, okay, but I need some money to hire somebody. Someone mentioned work-life balance. If you're okay, can you come off of mute and talk about that struggle with that? Because I think that that's an important one. And I'm
Yeah,
still
I could talk about it.
okay.
So I think for me, with work-life balance and then just running a business, it's just dedicating the time and prioritizing efficiently. So I know with me, my job demands my time and attention throughout the day, and then it's like you got a bunch of other tasks and things that you want to try to do when you get out of work. So sometimes it's like you got to make specific sacrifices, but it gets difficult because it's not enough time in the day. So then trying to battle getting rest in addition to that. So I think for me, it's just prioritizing more effectively, especially when it comes to prioritizing what needs to be done with the business versus trying to do everything at one point. So that's why I
Yeah.
kind of said work-life balance. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that, because that made me think of so about 2 years ago when we were relaunching Barter Black, one of the things um I was very, very focused on is making sure that Barter Black could operate without me. And the business included. I don't have everyone I want to hire yet, but we're getting there. But one of the biggest things, and put it in the chat if you feel like you are stuck to social media, or social media is just like, I gotta post every day, I gotta be visible, I have to do all of these things. For me, it was because I feel like a lot of Barter Black is educating people on how to use it. So what I did was create content for every day of the month and scheduled out our content. It was not easy. It's something we do like on a fly now, but one of my best investments was a social media scheduler. Like nothing we post unless I have like something immediately that I want to post is me posting it. It's our social media scheduler. So that took a lot of time, a lot of weight off of our plate where we're not tied to social media. And that's what I mean by take specific things that you're doing and figure out a system, a process, an application, or person to do those things to take it off of your plate. Because I was just, and I would forget to post and all of the things that I wanted to do. So that was like the number one thing for me to get off of my plate. Let's see, what do we have next? So you can put it in the chat. Do you feel like your business can survive without you today? Where we are today, I would say most of the work that I do is around Barter Black, but not on Barter Black. So since it is a technology and a system, everyone can still barter. People can still message each other on the platform. Like, I'm not needed for that. And I understand a lot of people don't have a platform. So it's important. If you say no, your business cannot survive without you today. I need you to think about that. I'm not going to say every day you are building, but maybe once a week. Okay, it can't survive without me this week. So what can I do to automate? What can I do to bring someone on to help me build this business? So I want you to build businesses that you can go on vacation for a week and you don't have to worry about it. So let's get active here. We want to see what you have to offer. What are you an expert in? If you can list 2 or 3 things that you're an expert in, because one of the things when we think about Black Wall Street, everyone had something to contribute. So what if we built Black Wall Street today, what would you be able to contribute to the community? And you can write it down or you can put it in the chat. What do you have that you can contribute to the community as a whole? Okay, we liking this. And one thing, I'm probably sure you've probably heard, everything you need is always in the room. So Amber put sensory branding and set marketing. We have bookkeeping, accounting, relationship building, organizing. Okay, we have another accounting bookkeeper, funding, nice. Events and marketing. I want you to start looking at these skills and this expertise as your human capital. Like I said in the beginning, how Barter Black started, I asked myself a question, why aren't we helping each other? With these skills, we can grow sustainable businesses, relationship builder. We definitely need that. So with your being able to offer that and you are in business, what do you need to hire right now? What 3 positions should you hire in your business right now? And you can either write them down or put them in the chat. Who do you need to hire? Who is going to either save you money, make you money, or save you time? That's how I like to look at it. Because we want to make sure we're just not hiring to hire. We want to make sure that whoever is being hired is actually coming on and taking things off of your plate and making the business better. COO, CFO, content editor, junior accountant, administrator, sales software developer, neuroscience researcher. Knew that one was there. Anyone else? What 3 positions? Social media, social media scheduler assistant, strategist, personal assistant. So think about this. Well, I'm not going to say that yet. So out of all the people or the positions you said you wanted to hire, how much is it going to cost you to hire them? And you can put it in the chat as monthly, yearly, however, the positions that you put, how much is it going to cost you to hire them? Contract law, document services, capacity building, life coaching. Okay. Let's see some numbers. How much is it going to cost you to hire the people that you need to hire right now? And it can be a guesstimate. There's no correct or wrong number here. Just give us an idea of how much you think. 50K. Is that 50K a year or 50K a month? Anyone else? How much is it going to cost you to hire the people you need to hire in your business? Okay. On the light end, 2,000 a month, depending on how much content in full. 30K. Ooh, Lord, 80, 90K. 260,000 a year. Can we afford, who can afford that? Can you afford that right now? You can come off a mute and say it, or you can put it in the chat and say it. Not sure I do a lot of
No, this is Jania Richardson. I'm keeping hope alive. But that's the that's the reality
Baby,
of it.
we gotta make the money to pay the money.
Well, then, if that's the case, then I gotta use some volunteers. So I gotta use some volunteers until that money start flowing like that, and then I can afford folk.
Yeah, yeah.
See?
You, you,
That's what that
that's
bartering about,
that.
right?
Look,
To do
you
some
led us right into the next
You
slide
see?
now. You led us right into the next slide. One of the misconceptions that we have right now is that we have to wait till we make the money to hire. Now, how many people have been waiting for a long time to be able to hire because they have not made the money yet? And that's what Barter Black does. When I said your skills and your expertise is your human capital, it is your human capital. And that is what business owners are doing on Barter Black. So we focus on three major challenges and pain points that Black entrepreneurs face. Funding, we know that's number one. We help you save the cost. Two, hiring. I have focused on hiring. We need to hire in our businesses, and you just said who you needed to hire. And community. There are so many communities out there, so many to choose from. It is important for us to choose the ones that are helping us hire, who are not just teaching us all the things, but actually focused on us actually building these businesses how we want to build them. So, how Barter Black works is that you earn barter bucks by offering your products and services. I saw a few accountants in the chat. So if you were an accountant, you would list your services. $1 is equivalent to one barter buck. So if you charge, I don't know, I have no idea, 500 barter bucks, $500 a month for bookkeeping or something like that, you'll charge 500 barter bucks on the Barter Black platform. And then when you earn those barter bucks, you're able to spend them on the administrative assistant, on the contract help. What else did I see? Um, and all of those things. You're able to spend the barter bucks that you earned. So that is how your human capital is valuable to you. And with that, it builds a community where resources circulate efficiently. We do not operate under the direct exchange model. You and I come and barter exchange at the same time for the same value. It really is an ecosystem. When one person helps another person out, they're able to get something from someone else. So that is how Barter Black works on the Barter Black platform. Amber, did you want to explain anything as far as barter bucks or anything that I'm missing? Because I know I can say it one way because I say it all the time, but what would you say about it?
I think probably one of the biggest misconceptions that I get from people, and I'm not paid to be here. Let me say this real quick. I say this because I'm here because I support Nicole. Okay. Um, People are saying, well, I'm not sure exactly what I would offer. I'm not sure what I should offer, right? I think one of the best things about Barter Black is the community aspect. There are people who are there only to help you figure out what your listings could or should be. And also, I think one of the things, there's this limit where you're like, if you're an accountant, you're like, okay, well, I can do QuickBooks setup, I can do cleanup, we can do review. whatever that is, if you're only think about these services, you are not limited to those services. If in your free time, you also make beats, list it. If you have a thing for crocheting really cute unicorns, list it. It's not only services on the platform, there are also products, books, makeup brushes, weekend bags, candles. There's all types of things. So again, one of the best things is that it's not, hey, I need this. I'm going to give you this. You don't have to figure it out. You have a wallet, it's an e-wallet where once you offer a service or a product, those barter bucks just sit there, right? And then until you find something that you need, you can go get it. So don't feel like you're limited to this is what I do in my 9 to 5, or this is how my business is set up. So I need to offer services for that. No, anything that you can do, put it on the platform. And if you are seeing that there are gaps of things that people need, like for example, I need a neuroscientist researcher. That's why Nicole is laughing. If you know somebody who works in neuroscience, please send them my influencer link. Please get them on the platform. It's really just what is it that you need? Go tell somebody, get them on the platform, or go put it there because there's an area where you can say, here's what I'm looking for. Do you know someone who can do it, or can you do it? So it really truly is an area of, I need somebody that can help me understand Dubsado. That's one of the last things I truly got. I was like, I don't feel like setting up my Dubsado. Let me get a VA to come and do it. That's probably one of the biggest things. Don't be limited to what it is you feel like you do on your resume or your capability statement. Pull anything out of your hat.
So that's a good point. In Barter Black or bartering in general, you don't necessarily have to barter what you do in your business now. If you're great at something, you can use that to get what you need. So great point. Thank you so much. And I did not mean to do that. So how are we going to rebuild Black Wall Street in 2026? We have to work together. Our main vision is that no Black-owned business or business idea fails due to lack of funding or their inability to hire. Because we do not want you to believe. We want people to stop believing that they have to wait till they make the money to actually grow and scale. So thank you for all coming to the presentation. I definitely want to open it up for questions. I know we only have a few minutes left and I don't want to take up too much of your time. So if anyone has any questions, you can come off of mute, type it in the chat, however you want to do it. Please be able to see you here.
Nicole, can you talk about some of the other services that are offered outside of here's what's on the platform, like Wellness Mirror, the speed networking, any of that?
So for the membership, if you decided to join the membership, and I don't know if before I say that, so the membership for Barter Black, we do offer you a monthly grant list, so you do not have to look for grants. They are right there. We offer a wellness mirror. I was actually in a cohort who offered a therapist for every member in the cohort. And I was like, wait a minute. People are so focused on us building these businesses, but they are not focused on our well-being. So I actually added the wellness mirror to Barter Black to make sure that the members had access to a therapist in a group setting. You can book on Barter Black separately if you want a private session, but in a group setting, once a month, members are able to come reset, release all of the things. And then we also have dedicated support circles, which we just launched, where you can come together as a small group on the Barter Black platform and actually support each other offline. And I think that's it. Any questions? No questions?
Yeah, I have a question. This is Janae
Okay.
Richardson again. I'm not sure if I missed it or not, but how do you join?
I'm not not sure if they're sharing. Are you all sharing that in the email, or did you want me to share it here? I don't know if Akia is still here.
Yes, I'm still here. Can you repeat that?
How do they join? Are you all sharing that information in email, or should I share it here?
You can share it here, but I'll also follow up with the email.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to put it in the chat. And do you happen to remember what your discount code is?
Yes, I was gonna wait to the Q&A, but hold on, let me cut my camera
So
off.
I just put Jania, I just put the website in the chat. And you all have 1 month free on the platform. I cannot remember what your discount code is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was waiting for the Q&A to be over, but it's a nice segue. We do have a special offer. You get the 1 month free of the Silver Plan membership, valued at $67 of Barter Black. And you're gonna use that link that she just dropped in the chat, and your code is DreamFest. So everyone here can download the app today. You use the code DreamFest and get your first month of your Barter Black membership free.
Do you do this is so if anyone has any questions, please ask. But do you do voiceovers?
Me?
Yes, you.
For my content sometimes. That's the first I got that. But thank you.
Yeah, it sounds like it. You did a whole commercial. Anyone have any questions about what they can offer on the platform, what they can actually get on the platform, um, all of the things. And you can also go to the website. There is a marketplace where you can actually see what the members have listed, from marketing, branding, virtual assistant services, accounting. What am I missing? It's automation. We talked about that, systems and automation and all of those things. So
Okay, so anyone can join?
yes, yes, with that discount code there.
Okay.
Yep. And Jenny, what did you say you needed?
What I need right now that would just like clerical support. I had a virtual assistant, but yeah, it didn't work out. So so it's kind of left some stuff, like you was talking about putting systems into place.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing that and we were working on all of that. The website is there, but I asked her to make some changes and everything, but we were putting them systems together. So I just needed somebody to help with doing that part of it. Cause I know that I can't do it, but yeah, that would be helpful. Cause
Okay.
that's not a strength of mine. I can do it, but it'll take longer than somebody who
Right.
was specialized in it.
Right.
So yeah, that
Right.
that area right there. And then, like I said, I was going to try to do the volunteers for the colleges because I'm close to a couple colleges who, some kids might want to, get some experience with helping with research and stuff like that. So, for experience purposes. So, that'll help me out if that could happen. If I get a couple volunteers there. And last night we were working on we got the 30-day commitment challenge thing, and that was pretty helpful because I made a commitment to do as much as I can as far as going on YouTube to figure
Mm-hmm.
out how to do some things as far as finishing all of my social media pages because I do have the Facebook, but I just didn't start any of the other platforms. So within that 30 days for that challenge, I'm going to myself because I don't have the funding to get somebody to do it at the time. I'm going to work towards that to get it done by the end of the month. So, but that would be an area that I would have needed, but I do know how to schedule posts now. So because I know how to schedule posts and because you was talking earlier, that gave me an idea of if I can just, one day bottle down the 4 hours and do the scheduled posts for the, considerable amount of time, that helped me out because I'm like, as much as I don't like to do that, I'd rather do it that way so I don't have to worry about doing it. So that was something
Okay.
that I needed as well, but I learned how to do that so I can do that.
Okay, okay, good. So we do have, and I don't know if Amber has used her before, but we do have someone on the platform that I think her listing is called Sidekick for a day or something, and she does 4 hours of virtual assistant services. And she also, Amber also mentioned in the chat, contract law and life coaching is on the platform as well. I guess you mentioned that.
Uh-huh.
Contract drafting is one of our biggest ones on the platform recently.
Hmm.
But I want to give you a tip for, and if you have a question, entrepreneur wise, it does not have to be about Barter Black. Please ask. A tip for the social media scheduling. This is what I did, and it's been working for the last 2 years. I actually just updated it last week for my scheduling, and I don't do it anymore. Our operations manager does it, but I started it like you're about to do.
Hmm.
So what I did was created 30 days of content, basic content that educated people about Barter Black and the Barter Black community. That was one piece of content for every day of the month. What I had my operations manager do, or what she does now, is she schedules that same content every month.
Okay.
So everything you see for Barter Black, if you saw it on the 8th of February, you saw it on the 8th of July, and the 8th of every month. You
Oh,
saw it on the 13th of June, and you're going to see it on the 13th of July. And that is how we create our content every month or every year now,
okay.
because actually ours is scheduled out throughout the year now. But it makes it easier so we know that something is being posted no matter what. So when you schedule, if you're scheduling something for tomorrow, just go ahead and schedule it out for the rest of the year.
Okay.
But that is how we do it. There's different, so we have educational posts, we have like questions, we have different posts, but every month you see the same post. And I know my introduction about Nicole Murphy comes out on the 8th. It's been on the 8th for the last 2 years.
Okay.
So that makes it easier where you at least have content that you're not stressed out about creating more. Good.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm not a gatekeeper. That's why I say if you want to know anything
Yeah.
entrepreneur wise, definitely ask. But that is how you make your social media scheduling a lot easier. So you can just set it and forget it. And I have my operations manager every quarter do the next quarter.
Okay.
So she just goes in and adds the dates.
Okay. Okay. Now another question. How much are the bucks?
Uh, so to join the silver plan, it's a one-time activation of $47 and the monthly fee is $20 a month. So that's the $67 that you're getting for free. And then there's a gold plan. So it's either $20 a month or $30 a month. But with the plan that you all are joining, you get 250 barter bucks to start. So you can come online and purchase whatever you want to purchase from anyone. Now, the barter bucks do not cost, you have to earn them. So you have to list your products and services on the platform. And when someone purchases them, you have them to actually buy from someone else. So they don't cost, you just earn them by helping someone else out in the community. That's why I said, what can you contribute to the community?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep. And Amber asked me to mention our pop-up. If anybody wants to come down, August 22nd, we are hosting a Barter Black pop-up where vendors are actually bartering their services and products for barter bucks. And it's so interesting because our members are always the first one on it because they know how valuable these barter bucks are. And they also have made more barter bucks in a day than they have on the platform. But they're able to take those barter bucks from the pop-up that they earned and spend them in the community.
Okay. And how often do y'all have the pop-ups?
So we had one in May, and we're having this one because it's Black Business Month.
Mm.
So we are just starting them. I'm not sure how often they will be right now, because we're testing it out, making sure everything works. We definitely want to bring it to other cities, but just not right now. But
Okay.
just stay tuned.
Okay. Now, could I ask you a question about your business?
Yes, of course.
How do you capitalize off of this? Like, how do you earn?
So we earn through the great question. The monthly membership, the $20 or $30 a month that you pay for your membership. And then when you purchase something on the platform, depending on the plan that you're on. So it operates as like a freelancer platform.
Okay.
So if you were to purchase a $1,000 service for 1,000 barter bucks on the platform and you're on the silver plan, you pay a 12% service fee. So that means you're paying $120 out of pocket. Or on the gold plan, the service fee is 8%. So if you purchase well, you get 250 barter bucks when you join. So if you purchase something for 100 barter bucks, it's either $12 or $8. So that's how we generate revenue. That's how we pay our team, development, and all of those
Oh,
things. The monthly and the service fees.
okay. Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Anyone else have any other questions? Business or Barter Black?
Yeah, I have a what do you call? I've
Okay.
I've designed a couple of t-shirts actually. And I have had a few requests already. And someone had offered, I can't find her information, but a sister down in the city offered to it's not called copyright, but you know when you
License.
yeah, your brand or whatever. And I didn't know if anybody does that, you know, on the platform. But yeah, because I just last night I placed an order for someone. So yeah, I have quite a yeah, there's one in particular. I won't even release it yet
Okay.
until I can get it, you know, yeah, licensed.
Okay,
So
that's really awesome. So I am not sure if anyone offers licensing things on the platform, but I always tell our
mhm.
members just because it's not listed doesn't mean that our members don't offer it. So we
Okay.
do have a request section where you can say, "Hey, I need someone to do this." Now, I would direct you to our intellectual property attorney that's on the platform. I've actually used her to file several trademarks.
Uh-huh.
And she also offers a 30-minute consultation on the Barter Black platform. So you can ask those type of questions that you need to ask. I think an attorney is like one of the biggest things that we are like, we
Yeah.
don't get because
Yep.
it's so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I love that she is on the platform to help out. I would definitely consult with an attorney on that.
Okay.
And she actually does the contract drafting for all the members as well. So you can definitely use her for that. But I don't have personally any experience or know anyone offhand who does licensing.
Okay. So I can email you or something. Because I plan to join,
Mm-hmm.
and so that I'll have a way then to get the access
Yeah,
to. Okay.
if you go to barterblack.io and
All
use
right.
the
Mm-hmm.
discount code DreamFest, you
Mm-hmm.
can also, before you even join, look at our marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not
I'm
sure
there right now.
if
Mm-hmm.
we have a legal category. I'm not really sure, but you
Okay.
can look up contract drafting. I'm not sure what
All right.
other listings she may have up.
Okay.
If you're particularly looking
Marketplace.
for
Mm-hmm.
that, or
Mm-hmm.
you're looking for a consultation. Oh, she has consultations. That's what I know she has.
Gotcha.
But you can order, I believe I don't know how much her consultations are, but I believe they are like
Mm-hmm.
200 or 250 barter bucks.
250.
Okay. So
Okay.
you can order that with the barter bucks that, you know, you get when you join.
Okay. Cool.
And if when you join, don't be afraid to just email people and ask questions either. They gonna stay emailing people to ask, their opinion or help, or can you do this?
Gotcha. And the monthly fee, can you pay it up front or no?
What do you mean pay up front?
Say there's a, because there's the activation fee, say for instance, the gold, that's the setup. And
Mm-hmm.
then there's a monthly fee of 30 a month, but say for instance, you don't like monthly bills. So you just
I have
want
I
to,
have a few members like that. You can email me if that's the case. We don't have
okay,
that but I can send you something
okay,
be
okay.
offline on that one.
Gotcha. Okay.
No problem.
Okay.
Nicole, thank you so, so much. I appreciate you for putting us on your schedule. Amber, thank you for your insight on the app. For anybody that missed it, it is barterblack.io, right, Nicole?
That's
And I
right.
actually checked. You can go on your app store on your phone and type in Barter Black and download the app. Use the code DreamFest and you will get your first month free. Um, Thank you, Nicole. Just thank you. It was great. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I know we said about 8 o'clock, so I want to be respectful of everyone's time. And if you're comfortable, do you mind dropping a way that we can contact you with further questions if we have anything we think of later to, or after the workshop?
Yep. Put in my email there.
Great. So Nicole just dropped her email in the chat. If you have any other questions, please send email to Nicole at community@barterblack.io. Thank you for being a part of night school. This has been a great journey all week. We've had great presenters, and Nicole, you definitely opened my eyes to a lot and gave me a lot of stats I didn't know. I'll leave it to you if you have any closing remarks. But yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for having me. Thank you everyone who came in and participated. It is important for us to work together. And like Amber said, closed mouths don't get fed. I always tell people ask for help. If you need help, you never know. No one knows you need help unless you ask for it. So just ask the question, whatever you need.
All right. Thank you guys. And please enjoy your nights. And Nicole, I will be sending you an email. And if you can, could you send the slides to me? Maybe I can share them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. I'll email them to you tonight.
Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
Problem. Good night, everyone.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Sweet rest. Thank you.